I have started with reading Rodney Sager's The Only One Left. And I started reading it when it was light outside. I started reading it like, you know, during the light time yesterday, and I read it throughout the morning and something, and then it got interesting and I took a break to edit a video and to film a video, to edit a video. And I've continued reading it while making dinner, you know, which I started like an hour and a half ago, and I like made dinner and I kind of read it, and then I ate dinner and I read it, and I've been telling myself I need to find a point, I need to stop reading it for tonight before it gets really scary, because I can't handle scary stuff and I will not sleep if there is scary stuff. If you've read the book, I am at the tour, like at the end of the tour of the house that like Jessie gives Kit. You know, the one where she shows her around and shows her all the places like where the murders happened. Even if you read the blurb, you know that in that house, in the house in which Kit starts working, 3 out of the 4 members of the family were killed, and the only one left, the only one surviving, is Lenora, who's now old and has had multiple strokes, and Kit is basically her caregiver and like takes care of her, moves her body, feeds her, whatever. You know what the end of that entails? You know why I am now feeling like I f***ed a bit too high? Because I can't stop. I have 2 pages left in this chapter. But at the same time, I'm not sure if I want to know what is going to happen at the end of this chapter. If you're gonna stay with me, you're gonna have to deal with this. Okay, it wasn't as scary. It wasn't as scary. This is good. Good. I am on the 10th chapter now, and I will not continue reading tonight. I can read this tomorrow. I can spend the entire day tomorrow reading if I feel like it, but I don't get to read more today. I need to brush my teeth. I need to reach out to someone. I need to brush my teeth. I need to clean my ear piercings. Then I'm heading to bed. I hope you have a nice day, night, whatever. We're gonna see each other tomorrow. My tomorrow. You're in a second. It's morning. Hi. I'm continuing to read. It's not really scary yet, which is good, but I wouldn't want to read what I'm reading right now to be reading when it was dark outside. So, it might just be that it's daytime. And I'm like over halfway through. I love it. I love the fact that there's multiple people. Like multiple people who work in the house, who have worked in the house when shit went down, you know, 50 years ago, 55 years ago or something. I think it was 54 years ago. And so far, at this point in the book, I have absolutely no idea who it is, because every single one of them kind of has an alibi, you know, kind of. But also every single one of them has holes in their story and like, you know, has like a thing, like has a motive, you know. So I have no idea what is going on, and I like that because it keeps me reading, but I have stuff to do and I should be like, you know, doing my self-care stuffs. But I want to continue reading. Technically I should be doing some programming today, and I really need to go outside today because I didn't go outside yesterday. We'll see. We'll see. I want to go back to reading. I want to go back to reading. It's a bad idea. I shouldn't go back to reading. I want to go back to reading. I'm going back to reading. And I read to like the 200 to 250 page arc, something like that, maybe. I don't know. This is not a good idea. See you. Stuff has improved. I can't talk. Shit. Okay, stuff has been revealed. I am at the beginning of chapter 38. I've just finished chapter 37. There's 44 chapters in total. I love it. I have absolutely no idea because like there's another 6 chapters. Well, there's another 7 chapters. 7 chapters. There's another 7 chapters. I don't know how it's going to end. Oh, I totally understand why people love it so much. You know, like, I understand why it went onto the favorite books of last year for people. I just have like 50 pages left. I am unsure whether or not I want to continue reading now or later. It is 11:30. Maybe I have stuff to do, but I want to finish this. I'll see you later. I'll continue reading now. I'll see you in like an hour or so. I loved it. The ending. Like, honestly, when we had like the first few plot twists, you know, like 50 pages before it was over, I was like, oh, okay, ending must be really boring. Why is it not? The amount of plot twists in the last 100 pages. Gorgeous. Ah! I don't know how else to describe it. It's amazing. I would highly recommend. I don't know if I've told you what this book is about before. Basically, we have this old lady, Lenora Hope, and, you know, every single person, like both her parents and her sister, you know, the younger sister, were killed during a night, you know, where conveniently none of the servants living in the house were at home, and it could never be proved that she had stabbed her parents and hung her sister. So, like, she was never found guilty. And our story is basically there's this girl, Kit, who is a caregiver, and she basically by mistake, you know, left out the pills for, you know, for the last patient she was caring for. That patient ended up overdosing, was dead in the morning, but because it was a mistake, they couldn't like prove that she had, you know, that she had maliciously done it or anything. So like she gets suspended for like 6 months, and after that she only she can only work on this one job where she has to take care of Lenora Hope, who at this point like has polio and can't move like from her wheelchair, and like she couldn't walk for like quite a long time, and she had like a series of strokes, so she can't talk anymore, and she can't walk, and she can't really move anything apart from like her left arm a little bit, and she can tap, you know, like 1 tap for no, 2 taps for yes. And basically we don't know. All we know is that like everyone believes that Lenora has killed her parents, and that Lenora, you know, like has killed both her parents, hung her sister, and you know, then somehow managed to, you know, appear innocent. And basically on the first night that Kit is there, Lenora is like, hey, I want to tell you everything. Now she can't talk, so she like types it out on the typewriter that the previous nurse who mysteriously disappeared in the middle of the night, that caregiver, that nurse gave Lenora the typewriter, which, you know, she can type on with like the left hand, kind of, if someone else is there to like, you know, reset the scroll at the top, and like, you know, use the shift button for, or like press the shift button for her so that she can like make capitalized letters. I loved it. I think this is the type of stuff, you know, the stuff that is more like a mystery rather than like straight up horror or something. I really enjoy that. It's amazing. I think I really needed this book because I was kind of in a reading slump lately. It's gorgeous. I didn't think I would enjoy it. I literally picked it because I thought I usually don't really like mysteries and like, you know, thrillers and like the scary stuff because it scares me so often. I didn't know this stuff could exist. I didn't know it existed. I found a new thing that I can like hyper focus on and research. According to my time plan, the next thing that I want to read is Fourth Wing. Because again, it's out of my comfort zone. It is YA. It's YA fantasy. I'm not that good with YA fantasy because what I enjoy most about fantasy is like incredible world building. What I enjoy, like the reason why my favorite author is my favorite author, and why my favorite book is, like, why my all-time favorite book is my all-time favorite book, is because the world building and the types of creatures that man thinks up are gorgeous. And that's the sort of stuff that I like about fantasy, is that I can have something where it's like someone else who just like thought up these things that could never actually like exist in real life, and I'm living for the world building. Like, yes, I'm really interested in storylines, but I'm living for the world building. And in my experience, YA fantasy does not have an awful lot of world building. I think I'll either finish that, I'll either start that book later today or sometime tomorrow. Started reading Fourth Wing. I read the first chapter. I read the first 19 pages. There's a lot more chapters. There's a lot more chapters. I might be interested in it later down the line. I hate it. I don't like the writing style. Okay, because the first chapter was so incredibly long, you know, like 20 pages, I am kind of starting to get used to the writing style, but I still don't really like it. You know, I can tolerate it, that's fine. I hate how predictable it is. Like, it's like, ooh, this thing, and that kills a lot of people, and like, you know, from the get-go, it is just not interesting. You know from the get-go that the dude, like that, okay, so you know from the get-go, I have read the first chapter. Her mother is kind of like, I want you to be what I am, and I know that you've been training for this whole other thing, but now that your father is dead, I don't want you to do that. That bitch. And they have to walk this like stone path to like be allowed to do the stuff that she doesn't even want to do, that she hasn't been trained to do. Where like already 50% of people die, you know? And she doesn't want to do it, but her mother is like, well, you have to, which is fun. And then her sister's like, oh, so there's this one guy who's like 2 years over you, and you can't talk to him, he can't know that you're there because he's going to kill you. Because like apparently everyone can like kill each other, which is also fun. And then like, you know, that's all we know about this dude. And then she sees this really handsome guy, and it turns out to be the guy that she can't talk to, and it's like, it's so predictable. I wanted to update you on what I was reading. So a few days ago, last Wednesday, 5 days ago at this point, I started reading Tress of the Emerald Sea, and I've been really enjoying it so far. Like, it's really nice. I read like 90 pages of it just yesterday, and I'll continue reading it today, and maybe I'll finish it today. But like, I really like the storyline so far. I like how like she left her stuff. That how that was described was a bit confusing to me. But like, I'm really looking forward to seeing how the storyline progresses on the ship that she's on currently, and you know, like if she actually stays there, or like if she manages to leave the ship, and how quickly she manages to leave the ship, and like how it comes together. And I really hope that she achieves her goal. I'll go back to reading this, and I'll see you later once I'm like, I don't know, over 50% in. At the moment I am 26% in, so like when I'm at the 50, 60, 70% mark maybe, when I feel like it fits. See you then. Bye. I'm already prepared for the presentation that I have to do today. Well, as prepared as I could be. I went to Berlin with a friend, and we went to see Six, the musical, because it's on tour at the moment. And because long train rides and being awake before she is and so on, I finished reading Tress of the Emerald Sea. I'm kind of like, I kind of have to leave very soon. I also started reading Project Hail Mary first, on Tress of the Emerald Sea. I loved it. I think it's one of my favorite books.
It was really nice. I liked how it came together. I liked that the ending was more like a back look on what happened, you know, and not like a, not like a short chapter of this happens and this happens and this happens and blah 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 blah. And I really like Project Hail Mary. What I like most, apart from I like sci-fi, but what I like most at the moment is the fact that there's that chemistry biology sort of stuff, and they talk about it and they explain it, and I really like that because I like science. It's just that I don't like science when it's in a professional view. I like it when it's explained like they explain it in the book. I love that. Anyway, I should get going. I don't know what time it is at the moment. See you later. I'll see you when I've read more of this.
Hi. I hope you don't hear the outside world. I closed the window, but I feel like sitting out here and filming rather than sitting inside and filming. So, I'm sitting on my fake balcony. I'm here to update you and to end this video. I don't know how many updates I did on reading Project Hail Mary. Basically, what Project Hail Mary is about is that there is kind of something wrong with Earth somehow, and it's gonna cause humanity to die out. So where we start the book is we are with a guy called Ryland, Dr. Ryland Grace. And he doesn't remember shit. He doesn't remember his own name. He doesn't remember where he is. He doesn't remember anything because of amnesia, and he wakes up in a space shuttle, in a spaceship with 2 dead bodies, an entire lab equipment, and has no idea. He can't even he can't leave the space, he can't leave the dorm space where he sleeps, or the lab space, to go to the next level up. So he's like, well, what the fuck do I do? And the computer that is talking to him is like, please tell me your name. I need your name for you to get out here. We will only unlock the door if you give me the name. And he's like, I can't remember shit. And it takes him a week or something to remember his own name. And he finds out that he's on a suicide mission and he will never return to Earth. And he kind of has to go somewhere where the space shuttle basically took him to go and figure out how to save Earth. And the 2 people that are dead, that are basically mummified, are his best friends. Needless to say, I loved it. It was really, really great. I really, really, really loved the ending because, I found myself, if it had been a physical book, I would have read the last page. It's a bad habit of mine. I like reading the last page of books when I'm in the middle of it because I'm pretty sure I'm autistic. And I need to know how it ends. I like the ending. I really like the ending, and I can't share it with you because that would be a spoiler. There is something really big that happens in the halfway point of the book, and honestly, I would have continued reading it even if that hadn't happened. But I don't think it would have been as great because that thing and the consequences of that thing really make the story worthwhile. But I have the main critiques I've heard is it is scientifically inaccurate, which is fine. It's science fiction. It is fiction. It does not need to be accurate. I don't care if it's accurate. What I read it the way I read a good fantasy novel, which is, oh my god, a human can think up this sort of stuff. So I don't care if it's not real. It's fiction. That is why I read fiction. Anyway, so now that we've had final thoughts on the final book, I wanted to thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did reading these books. I hope you enjoyed your time. If you did have a nice time, which I hope you did, please subscribe down below so that you can find your way back here and like this video so that other people can find this lovely corner on the internet. I hope that you have a really nice time on the internet, spending time here. Maybe spend more time with me. I have more videos. And have a great day. Bye!